Everyone wears t-shirts. I mean, except for this guy. But since most of us choose to remain clothed for the most part, a Shopify t-shirt store could be a great way to make some more money. In this video, we're going to review some of the best Shopify t-shirt stores that we've seen and break them down so you can learn what makes them so successful and maybe implement some of the same strategies in your own store. So keep watching and we'll go over how to choose the right niche, source products, set up your store, and basically cover everything that you need to know to get started. Also, now would be the time to subscribe if you don't want to, miss out on any of our new content. Let's get to it. Maybe you have a passion for design, or maybe you're just interested in making a few extra bucks. Either way, starting a Shopify t-shirt store can be a great way to turn that passion into a successful business. The question is, how do you start? First things first, you need to choose a niche. Your niche should be the specific group of people interested in a particular type of t-shirt, like a t-shirt related to a certain topic or theme. For example, a niche for Shopify t-shirt store can be vegan t-shirts, or t-shirts for cat lovers, or t-shirts with quotes from classic literature. Having a niche allows you to target your marketing efforts to a more specific crowd, instead of trying your luck with a more general store that offers a bunch of different options. But how do you choose a niche? Don't worry, I got you covered. When deciding on the niche, you should focus on the following 5 factors. If you choose something that you're passionate about, it will make it that much easier to come up with good ideas and content and copy for your store. If you've chosen a niche, make sure that people are interested in it. I mean, there are some niches where I really don't know if there's a market for that kind of thing. Like, I don't know, cute cockroach t-shirts? So you need to go ahead and do some market research and use tools like Google Trends to find out if there's even any interest in your topic. If you choose a niche where there are already a ton of super successful sellers in that niche, it might be harder to stand out. It might be better to choose something less popular, but be one of the top sellers in that niche. So even if you've chosen a unique niche with low competition, you need to figure out how much people are willing to pay. If they aren't willing to pay much, you're not going to be turning a very good profit. Having a target audience in mind can be super helpful when it comes to figuring out your niche. That's because when you have a certain audience in mind, you can come up with specific design or marketing strategies that will appeal to them. My suggestion? Brainstorm some ideas and see how they fit into all the things we just mentioned. If one of those ideas fits every box, it might be worth trying out. Once you have a niche or product, you're going to need a supplier. Now, there are a few options out there. You could purchase blank shirts in bulk and print them yourself, or you could use a print-on-demand service that handles production and shipping for you. Each approach has its own pros and cons, but if you ask us, the easiest way to start out at least would be the print-on-demand option. That way you won't have to invest money up front for printing equipment or inventory. And yes, this does mean a lower profit margin, but also way less risk. There are a ton of options out there that you can check out. Just do some research and find out what works best for you. Now, for the fun part, designing your awesome t-shirts. When it comes to designing outstanding designs, there are 2 options to consider. The first being, do it yourself. Now, of course, if you're gonna do it yourself, there are definitely a few things you should keep in mind. You're gonna wanna keep it simple. A lot of times, the simple designs are actually the most effective ones. If you overload your t-shirts with a ton of color and flashiness, like you might, overwhelm people and they could get nervous and bounce. Unless that's your niche, in which case, color explosion. But in general, simplicity is key. Make sure your images that you're printing on the t-shirts are as high quality as they come. Otherwise, you're going to be printing grainy, pixelated pictures on t-shirts that no one is going to want. So how are you printing the design on the t-shirt? You need to figure out your method because some printing methods, such as screen printing, work best with simpler designs, while others, like direct-to-garment printing, can handle more complex designs. Don't add a new design to your store before you've tested it out. It needs to look good in real life, not just on the screen or in your head. I mean, ask people what they think. An idea or design that seems great to you might not have that impact on others. Asking people gives you a chance to improve your store before you even launch. Listen, you don't have to be a Photoshop master to create awesome designs. There are some great free online programs like Canva that can help you get started with those designs. If you're just not comfortable designing the t-shirts yourself, no problem. Hire a t-shirt designer. When it comes to hiring someone else to do those t-shirt designs, we recommend keeping the following things in mind. Ask yourself, how much am I willing to spend? This important criteria will help you narrow down your search according to your budget. When it comes to finding that designer, you can go ahead and post on platforms like Upwork. Make sure you include details about the job, the kind of t-shirts you're looking for, your budget, and your timeline. While you're on Upwork, it's always a good idea to go ahead and do a search for designers out there who have experience in the world of t-shirt design. Once you find them, go ahead and invite them to apply to the job. If you're considering hiring someone, always make sure to check their portfolio to make sure it's consistent with what you're looking for. Once you've done all that's left is to pick the designer that fits best for your needs. Just remember to always discuss the details of the project and agree on a price and delivery date before starting the project. Once you've got a couple of quality t-shirt designs ready to go, it's time to build your store. That's where Shopify comes in. To get started, you're going to need to go ahead and create an account. Since Shopify offers several different plans, you're going to want to go ahead and choose the plan that works best for you. The next thing you're going to want to do is create your brand. Creating a unique, professional, and recognizable brand takes a lot of work. Luckily, we have an entire video dedicated exactly to that, which you can check out right over here. Once you have all these basics in place, you can start to actually set up your store. You'll have to choose a theme, integrate your print-on-demand app, and other essential apps like ReConvert for upselling, and customize the look and feel of your store. Obviously, you're going to need to go ahead and set up payment methods so you can start seeing that revenue sooner rather than later. You know what I mean? You can add PayPal or Stripe to make it super easy to accept payment from customers. Once you've added your products and customized your store, it's time to launch, baby.
2, 1.
All that's left to do is to hit publish to make your store live and start selling some t-shirts. Now, you are definitely welcome to sit back, relax, and hope that some of that organic traffic comes your way. But if you really want to see some profits, you're absolutely going to need to market your Shopify t-shirt store. We have an entire video dedicated to e-commerce marketing, so I'm not going to go into too much detail over here. But in general, some of the best ways to market your store are going to include social media, email, promotions and discounts, influencers, Google Ads, and SEO. Okay, now that you're all revved up and ready to start your own t-shirt store, let's take a look at some of the t-shirt companies out there that are absolutely smashing it. I'm talking major inspo. I mean, just look at Sassy Spud. They absolutely figured out how important niche selection is. And their niche is one very passionate audience: vegetarians and vegans. For many vegetarians and vegans, their dietary choice is a big part of their identity. Sassy Spud's gorgeous tees allow their customers to express themselves and flaunt their unique personality to others. Plus, take a look at that strong branding with a unique color palette, copywriting, imagery, and typography that appeals to their target audience. When it comes to graphic design, Factory 43 is the clear winner here. Their page is super simple while still being unique and unexpected. I mean, just look at this pop-up that jumps up just as you leave the site. That's how you nudge first-timers to get that purchase in, let me tell you. One cool thing they do is utilize a custom version of Shopify's Block Shop theme, which uses the full width of store pages to create an immersive shopping experience. Next on the list, we have Homefield. They cater to a large American audience by catering to college students and alumni. They have vintage-inspired designs for over 120 colleges and universities across the U.S. One thing that Homefield does exceptionally well is website navigation. It's super easy for customers to look up their school by using the top menu to browse alphabetically or by visiting the All Schools page. Another awesome thing they do is leverage reviews to build trust with shoppers. They are laying on that social proof, and let me tell you, it does the trick. A glowing review can do wonders when it comes to giving the customer the confidence they need to complete a purchase. T-shirt company Because Tees is a family-owned business based in Northern California that sells t-shirts and hoodies featuring prints inspired by local wildlife. The best part? For every purchase, 10% of the proceeds go to a planet-saving cause of the customer's choice. And the company also plants 10 trees. They are highlighting their brand values front and center. This really resonates with their target audience. Another thing they do super well is cross-selling and upselling. This means that when you add a product to your cart, you see a pop-up that asks you if you want to skip the printing queue for $6.99 and get your order faster. That's a good deal with no extra effort on the customer side. They also have a free shipping threshold for orders over $75, which means that if someone is interested in buying 2 t-shirts, they might as well go ahead and add a third so they can reach that threshold. Something to consider for your store if you're interested in boosting that average order value. Sometimes a t-shirt is more than just a t-shirt. And t-shirt brand Self-Care is for Everyone actually prioritizes their customers' mental health. The importance of self-care has really skyrocketed recently. So not only is Self-Care is for Everyone utilizing a very important trend, they are also trying to make a difference by donating a whopping 10% of their net profits to mental health and suicide prevention organizations. They also use independent artists to create the designs, so the product itself is super amazing. I mean, look at this awesome pop-up. They're offering a free, you heard me correct, downloadable mental health activity book. That is how you capture new customers at an extremely low cost. If there's one thing that people will always want, it's pet-related merchandise. Furian's Clothing is a pet-centric Shopify t-shirt store run by a team of pet lovers who work at the same animal supply store. They started out by just creating a few fun t-shirts for themselves, but quickly turned into a successful business. While they have plenty of shirts for dog lovers, there's something for fans of other animals as well. They also offer customization on a lot of their tees, so you can add names, jokes, or more to create a truly unique gift for that pet lover in your life. T-shirt company Shirtbox realized that it's not always profitable to sell single t-shirts at $20 a pop. Instead, they decided to add a subscription element to their Shopify store. Instead of selling one t-shirt, Shirtbox sells a subscription for $11.99 a month. What this means is that if a customer stays subscribed for 1 year, they're generating an average of 143 pounds on average per customer. A lot better than 20 pounds for one shirt, am I right? This is just a handful of some of the absolutely incredible e-commerce t-shirt stores out there. Before you get started, we recommend doing more research like this to figure out what stores really catch your attention. Figure out what things you can take from each of those stores and start building your own unique brand. I mean, t-shirts have always been a popular clothing item, and I don't really see that changing anytime soon. I think it's time to jump in. Just do it and figure out the rest as you go. If you have any questions or comments, go ahead and tell us about it in the comments section below. In the meantime, stay tuned for some more great e-commerce content coming your way right now. Bye.